Let's explore Sanctuary, starting with the workshop. This is your house here. We came in that way. This is your house here. Right across the street is the workshop house. Anytime you come across a workshop in the wasteland, okay, there's lots of these. If the workshop is not owned by enemies, you can access the workshop and use it to build a settlement, okay? So there you can just read this up if you so desire. The workshop allows you to build, adjust, and remove nearby items, objects, and structures, all right? Now, a settlement is simply a residential location that can be home to one or more people. It can be as simple or as complex as you like. All right, and the workshop refers not only to the actual piece of equipment here, okay, the workshop, but it also refers to a kind of mode, okay, the workshop mode, which it can be accessed anywhere within your settlement. All right, so to access the workshop, there's two ways to access the workshop, okay? Just go up here and press the appropriate button, you access your workshop, or anywhere within the settlement. The game will prompt you what button to press. You can see in the top left corner it's prompting me to press and hold left control to open up the workshop menu. So let's just do that right now. And there you go. So we're now in workshop menu. You can do this anywhere within your settlement. There's boundaries to the settlement. I'll show you. Actually, you can see the boundary right there. See that green wall there? That's the boundary of your settlement all the way around. All right. So workshop mode provides you with two basic functions: build or scrap. To build something, all you have to do is scroll through the wide array of items here. There's tons of stuff. I'm not going to go through all this now, okay? And find the item you want to build. For example, let's go with wood, prefabs. Stairs, right? Let's build some stairs. And let's build the stairs right. Where's my workshop house? Here's the workshop house. Yeah, let's build the stairs right here. Now, if you're on the PC version, you may find this a little clunky. What you can do is hold down the E button, and then you can move the item that you want to place around using the mouse. Okay, and you can press the left. That's the right. Sorry, the right or the left mouse button to spin the item around, and you can even use the mouse wheel to move it up and down. Okay. So this makes it a lot easier to place items. That's on the PC version. Okay, so I'm going to put some stairs right there, and we just built some stairs. All right, so that's how you build something. And like I said, there's tons of stuff to build. You can explore all that. I'm not going to go through everything right now. Now you can also use workshop mode to scrap stuff. All right, so let's go scrap something. Go into workshop mode, point to anything. If it's highlighted, you can scrap it. Press the button which is associated with scrap. You can see it at the bottom of the screen there. For me, it's R. And scrap it. And every time you scrap something, you'll get a list of what the item scraps into. It scraps into various components. So you can see this mailbox scraps into 6 steel. This is important because you can go around town, look at stuff to scrap, and see if it breaks down into components that you need. All right, so that's that. Now, so that's where you get components. Most workshops come with a number of workstations by default, okay, and the Sanctuary is no different. There's lots of workstations here. Let's do a workstation tour. Here's our workshop. Here is the weapons workbench. You can use the weapons workbench to mod weapons. We'll get into that later, all right? Over here is the power armor station. Power armor is like this big metal suit that you can find. You'll find these metal suits all over the wasteland, and you can wear this power armor. It gives you lots of damage reduction and other abilities too. I won't be using power armor much in this walkthrough, but here's where you can fix and mod power armor at power armor stations. Over here is the armor workbench. This is where you can mod armor. Any armor that you have, you can add special abilities to it or just make it stronger. All right. And finally, there's the cooking station and the chemistry station. Let me just show you this quickly right now. The cooking station is over here. Go around the road towards the south, and it's in front of this house here. The cooking station can be used to cook stuff. And I'm in combat. because there's a rad roach here. Normally I wouldn't do this, shoot a rad roach with a 10mm pistol, but hey, there's certain pleasures in life that you know want to take advantage of in the wasteland. And finally, the chemistry station. There's the path we came in on. Okay, to find the chemistry station, there's the path we came in on. It's the second house that way to the left. Okay, behind this house is the chemistry station. Right here is the border of this settlement's border rather, alright? So if you try to go into the workshop mode out here, you won't be able to do that, alright? You got to be within the settlement's border in order to access workshop mode. There you go. Okay, and all these workstations can be moved. You can just pick them up, just press the button associated with select C at the bottom of the screen, pick it up, and you can move it, okay, and place it down somewhere else. Get into that later. For now, let's take a good look at Sanctuary. Now we built some stairs and it's getting kind of dark, so let's sleep until morning. And the way you can sleep is by just finding a bed. There's no bed right now in Sanctuary, but we can build one by simply using the workshop. So let's access the workshop. Go down to the bottom, go to furniture, up to beds. Let's be real cheap son of a bitches and build just the easiest bed. First of all, let's scrap this stuff here because I usually like to put my bed here, right near the fast travel, the default fast travel spot, which is here. Okay, whenever you fast travel to Sanctuary, this is where you end up, and you can move the fast travel spot if you like, but I like it right here because everything is right here. All right, I'll show you how to move the fast travel spot later. Okay, so let's scrap this just to make some space. Scrap that and build a bed. Build all various different kinds of bed. Each bed costs various amounts of components. The better the bed, the more components. That's why I like to go with the sleeping bag, because it only requires 3 cloth. Alright, so let's neatly place this here. Down we go, out of workshop mode, and let's sleep till morning. Now you see that I got the well-rested bonus. Alright, it said you feel well rested. It's just like Skyrim. Whenever you sleep in a bed that you own, for the next little while you earn more XP. Alright, so if you ever want to, you know, bump up your ability to earn XP, sleep in a bed you own. Right, I believe the exact numbers are 10% more XP for the next 8 hours, if I recall correctly. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, so that's that. Now we have stairs to get on top of this house. This will give us a nice view of Sanctuary. Let's go up and take a look around. Try that again, Slack. Up you go. Jump up here. Get on top of the house. And look, Mom, I can see my house from here. Okay, so let's take a quick tour of Sanctuary. There are 8 functional houses and 3 ruined houses. Alright? Starting from the south, there's the bridge that goes to the south. That's where we're going to be continuing. Okay, there's 8 functional houses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And there's 3 ruined houses. That's a ruined house, that's a ruined house, and there's a ruined house right there. Okay, ruined houses can be scrapped completely to provide you with a ton of components. Functional houses cannot be scrapped. Alright, but the functional houses, all the functional houses here in Sanctuary, have a ton of loot. I strongly recommend, really strongly recommend, that you loot every single house here in Sanctuary for every last thing that is not nailed down, because it's going to help you tremendously. There's lots of valuable items to be found in these houses, and I'm going to give you the highlights of all these things that could be found in these houses right now. In this house here, let's just number the houses 1 through 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all going all the way. Actually, what we should do first is scrap all the ruined houses to make it a lot easier to identify which houses can be looted. Okay, so let's go over here, go into workshop mode, go down to the bottom list and point to the house. You can see that the entire house can't be highlighted. That means we can scrap it. And we get lots of steel and lots of wood. Let's do that again with this ruined house over here. Uh-oh, it ran away, Slack. Yeah. Okay. We're good. It's all good. Okay, now, back in the workshop mode. Point to the house. Scrap it. Let's scrap the stuff beside it too. Just to clean things up a little bit. There we go. So that's functional. That's functional. That's a functional house. Functional house. That's a workshop house. This one is a ruined house. You always know a ruined house because you can't enter it. So you can't enter it and there's nothing to loot inside it, right? So this is a ruined house. Let's scrap it. I think there's actually 4 ruined houses here in the sanctuary. I'm gonna find out in a minute. This one's functional. We went in there earlier. Yeah, there is 4 ruined houses. Maybe even 5. Okay, my bad. 5 ruined houses. Okay, I believe that's all of them. Okay, let's go back on top of the house. Back to our vantage point. I did it again. Okay, I need some more coffee. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 functional houses. Loot them all. Starting with this one. This one has the cooking station in front of it. It also has a red toolbox. You can see it right there. If you look at my reticle, it's right there. That red toolbox always has some kind of junk item which can be broken down into adhesive. Alright, so make sure you grab that. And I also believe inside this house there's a couple of TV dinner trays. They look like total junk, useless junk, but they're not. They break down into valuable aluminum. Aluminum is rare, so make sure you get those TV dinner trays. I believe they're in that house there. Okay, next, this yellow house here has a 10mm pistol in the shower and a safe, but watch out for the safe. The safe has a bomb on it, okay? So you got to disarm the bomb first and then break into the safe. It also has a ledger terminal that you can break into, and that's just like, you know, backstory, but it's pretty funny. You read all like this guy who apparently owned this house was a drug dealer, and he has this list of customers that he was dealing drugs to, which may be relevant. You know, if you find these people in the wasteland, maybe you can sell drugs to them for a higher price. I haven't explored that yet, but yeah, you can read all about that. And this is also the house that has the chemistry station behind it. All right. House number 3 has rad roaches in it. I think I killed a couple of them already when I was giving you the little tour there earlier on. And it has a locked suitcase in the bedroom on the right, all right, which has some stuff in it, and some first aid in the bathroom. All right. House number 4, which is the first house to your right when you come in. Is there going to be a storm? Looks like it. I better hurry up here. Okay, this house here has not much. There's a suitcase on top of the car that may have a bobby pin in it, but that's about it. And maybe some caps. Yeah, there is a storm coming. Okay, house number 5, that's your house. This is very important. In your house, go into the baby's room and look under the dresser, and you find this special book. Okay, the special book. I told you about that earlier. When you pick it up now, what's going to happen is going to be given the option to add 1 point to any one of your attributes. So this is very useful because you can actually plan your build around this. I'm getting zapped here, oh boy, I gotta hurry up. Yeah, you can plan your build around this. So you can leave one of your attributes short of the target level and use that special book to level it up, all right? And there's also a Grognak the Barbarian comic book on the kitchen counter. Excellent. Which will give you bonuses if you're using a melee build, all right? House number 6, this yellow house, yeah, this yellow house over here. Has another safe in it, okay? And there's tons of good stuff in that safe, so make sure you hit up that safe. And that's that. House number 7. We can't see anymore. Hope you can make this out in the video. House number 7 there, that blue house. Okay, this house is pretty important. Has a red toolbox in it, which once again has a junk item that can be broken down into adhesive, so make sure you get that. There's a cap stash, and also you can get on top of the roof of that house, and you can do that by going around the back and finding the tree that's fallen and climbing, like, you know, going up the tree, and this will take you on top of the roof, and this will lead you to a duffel bag, which also always has ammo and weapons, so make sure you hit that up. Also behind that house is a root cellar. All right, so go behind the house and find the root cellar and go down into the root cellar, and there's tons of stuff in there too. All right, there's also a safe that you can break into, but you're going to require the advanced locksmith perk, or rather the advanced rank of the locksmith perk, in order to get into that. There's also 3 gold bars in there, so make sure you don't miss that. Those are valuable. All right, and finally this last house here. This is the second house that Codsworth, we visited with Codsworth. This house has a floor safe beneath the baby's crib and various other valuable items. And I also forgot to mention house number 7. If you go back behind the house, there's 3 hub flowers to be found. Okay, go off to the east, there's 2 hub flowers over there, and go off to the north, there's 1 hub flower there. All right, so that's your tour. That's your tour of Sanctuary. I won't bore you with you know, like recording my entire tour of Sanctuary. I'll meet you back here in Sanctuary after you've looted everything that cannot be nailed down. All right, so that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do this off camera, and I'll meet you back here for the next video. I want to thank you all very much for watching, and if you thought this video was remotely entertaining, hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more kick-ass Fallout 4 walkthrough videos. All right, see you next video.